Morning, guys. Wanted to talk about how my pain drove me to be better. My pain, everything that I went through, growing up from getting taken from my mom and getting taken from my dad and them not being in my life. That does not mean that, for so long I blame them, and for not being there, and I blame them. And now that, I grew to understand, and God revealed a lot to me about, once you get older, it's like, you're responsible and held accountable, for creating your own, So everything that I went through, I'm not saying that I'm proud of it, and everything I put myself through as far as how I reacted to things emotionally, and out of anger, but I definitely can say that, I came a long ways from where I was at before. Like, I used to fight, I used to argue, I used to treat the wrong people wrong, and I used to hurt people. So now that I'm to the point where I understand, that where I was then, how bad of, I was out of self-control. Like, man, I wish I could take it back, and change some things that was in my past, but I know that's not the case, and that's impossible. So all I can do is, inspire and encourage, when you dealing with emotions, you have to learn how to control those, and learn how to, alter, and change the way you think. And, only you could control how you respond. Doesn't matter what happened to you. Don't matter what a person put you through. It's easier said than done when certain traumatic and certain things happen to you. When you're aggressive and you're fighting, it's easier to, shut down. It's easier to shut down on someone, or, have somebody shut down on you, when you're being aggressive. So I just encourage, try to vent, try to, communicate, man, because what I've learned now, that communicating how I feel to people versus fighting people, or fighting the people that, that I felt like hurted me, or just going against them, now that I'm able to express my emotions and express how I feel about things, I feel a lot more relaxed. So I just wanted to definitely let you know that you're not alone, man. If you're dealing with emotions, man, you're dealing with, discomfort, dealing with, abandonment, nobody alone in that, I dealt with that for years, man. Like, and a lot of things, it's still triggered till today, man. So don't worry about being alone, because sometimes, when you take a little bit of time to yourself, you don't want to be fully alone, but it causes pain, man, from, and the pain that I went through growing up. Like, man, I know at the end of the road, it's going to be a lot of success, man. So I just had to keep striving and getting up every day, and doing what I got to do, man, and becoming a better man for myself, and, for my kids, man. So I just want to definitely encourage everybody, man, to continue to strive, man. Continue to push past the pain, push past the suffering, Thank God I was never just homeless, that I always had a place to go to. And You know what I mean? Even if it was just foster care and it wasn't my family, I still had a place to go to. And I thank God for that. Yes, I did not never give that much credit, man, but I just thank God for that. You know what I mean? And I know that the Lord can definitely, you know what I mean, lift this burden off my back, man. You know what I mean? Or anything that I'm going through. So I just really had to put my trust in, put my trust in the higher power, man. You know, and let him do what he do best. Instead of trying to control and, control things in my life and get overwhelmed with trying to control things. So I just want to encourage that you know that you're not alone while dealing with pain. You know what I mean? Everybody got a story, man. And, you know what I mean? Some of us has a more traumatic story than the other. But definitely can say that, you know what I mean, in some areas, some of us can relate. Some of us can relate to the pain. So after the pain, it's gonna be success, baby. Have a good day. It's Sunday. Thank you, Jesus, for another day.